Hello there, it's me again. Yeah, the internet's buzzing with all the footage of guys look like the Taliban on the platform now, and all these women all doing karting, wearing slacks, and it's just madness. Anyway. What can I say apart from, yeah, they just make it up. However, one thing I thought that was interesting amidst the clamour after what Mark B.D. Sanderson, Christmas elf said, I thought this bit probably, when I first heard it, him saying this, I thought about it, but then I got railroaded and sidetracked by all the things about all the rest of it. But anyways, this bit here. So this bit here.
Remember the information that highlighted Jehovah as the merciful judge of all the earth? We were thrilled to learn that individuals who died in the flood of Noah's day, in the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and even some who might repent during the Great Tribulation, could benefit from Jehovah's mercy.
So there you go.
Since hearing that information,
Jehovah's mercy. Now it's really odd, because that to me is a contradiction in terms. Because if somebody was in front of me begging for their life, to me showing mercy would be to spare them their life. To me it would not be showing mercy if en masse that I burned to death thousands of men, women, children and babies. That to me is not showing mercy. For him all then to come along and say, actually our God's not as bad as initially we thought. We've thought about this, prayerfully considered it, and we've decided that potentially there is a way back for all the people who are recorded in the Bible of dying. And I've said this before, I've never quite understood how people leave Jehovah's Witnesses and still come out of it with a healthy respect of the God of the Bible. I would have thought once you've been able to whip off those the God specs and then you're able to actually read especially Old Testament with your own viewpoint, I think it's very hard to read the experiences of those 4,000 years of history of man with God to say, yeah, this is a God I can really warm to. I find it difficult that people come out of Jehovah's Witnesses and still have the healthy respect and love for the God of the Bible. Either they do it from home on their own, home alone, or otherwise they've then gone on to another religion. I struggle with it so much because my experience was I then went back into the Bible and just thought about lots of things which had bothered me at the time, then read them without having that sort of coated veneer of God is good. So once you can remove that veneer off the top and you can see really what's underneath, then it's what you're looking at is somebody who truly is a monster. If you think about the two atomic bombs that were dropped, how the people who dropped them must have wrestled with their conscience for many, many years afterwards to their dying breath, when they showed no mercy to men, women, children and babies, and just bring an end to World War II. They thought it'd be good to kill thousands of people, indiscriminately. But that's exactly what God did. If you think about what happens, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in God, you can't go around saying, well, I don't really like those, I don't believe the bad bits about God. I like all the other bits where he's portrayed in a good light. But I'm ignoring everything where he's bad. Well, you can't do that, because I'm afraid that is what God's all about. But when you go back and look at things in the Bible which are deeply disturbing, Cain kills Abel, and then Cain is given a mark to show that anybody else can't kill him, even though he's a murderer. The people, and he actually protected Cain, I believe, and said, if anybody lays a finger in your hand, they'll have to deal with me. The guy committed murder. He showed mercy then, bizarrely, but when we fast forward, so a man kills somebody in cold blood murder out of blind jealousy and rage. He protects that person. He protects that person. And you get other people who were doubters. They never killed anybody, they just doubted. Or They made fun of a prophet and they were children. But no mercy for them. Just, what about the she-bears? The 2 she-bears came out. I think it was a prophet Samuel. Bunch of children. Was it 23 of them? Can't remember. 33 of them. Going up, you bald head. Torn to pieces. Indiscriminately killing everybody in sight because they'd insulted God's prophet. They never killed God's prophet. Never killed him. Think about, did Saul partake in the stoning of Stephen, I think it was? He may have done, or definitely got it gone. The guy got murdered. He gets a personal experience with Jesus, because Jesus has got more mercy than God. There's so many others. That the flood, when we think about indiscriminately killing all the humans at the time, according to the new witness update, they could come back. That's nice for them. But what about all the billions of creatures who drowned in the flood? They don't get to come back. No mercy for them. No mercy for all the billions of creatures that died in the flood. They're not coming back in a resurrection. But the people who are responsible for God losing the plot, losing his shit, and indiscriminately killing every living creature on the earth, unless you're in an ark, for all those creatures, no coming back. But if you were one of the wicked people on the earth, you do come back. That's not really merciful, is it? All the women, all the babies who died, the firstborn in Egypt. Why didn't he just kill the Pharaoh's firstborn if that was fair enough? Why do everybody, indiscriminately killing everybody? And the angels flying over Egypt because the angels weren't smart enough to realise in the houses who was Jewish or not. They don't have those X-ray vision eyes. If it didn't have the mark on the door, the angels didn't know. So when they did the Passover, when they passed over mark and door, I won't kill an innocent wee baby in there, showing no mercy at all, because I haven't got the ability to look through roofs and walls. Only if somebody's daubed the blood of a lamb on the door do I know, is it some Israelites live there. Better not murder another child here. And then, of course, all the Jews that went into the Promised Land again, where they doubted and they got scared because of the reports back from the spies that went out. And God wanted at that point to show no mercy at all and indiscriminately kill every single person. And there was about 1 million people. He wanted to kill 1 million people, which would have been a record for him. He does quite a high death toll, but no mercy at all. And God had to then eventually, as I've said before, actually say, "Oh God, you better not do this. This is a sinful man trying to stop this loving, merciful God from indiscriminately killing about 1 million people." I don't get it. And I could literally go on and on and on in the Bible where God has just killed thousands of people without showing them mercy. And all this bollocks that, yes, Sodom and Gomorrah. And I've forgotten, actually, I may have got this wrong, but I'm sure that the daughters of Lot were probably married. So I doubt, they obviously didn't, they didn't, listen to the warning. And they were, like all the women and children, babies, were burnt to death. So it would have been more merciful for God if he wanted to just pick out, because obviously he hates gay people, pick out all the gaydos in there. Just just directly say yes, yeah, virgin, not too sure about sexuality, and just kill them. Individual, the ones that came up to gang rape the angels. But instead he just decided, I'll tell you what, it's the cities are full of sin. I'm just literally going to burn everybody to death. Where was the mercy then? Where is this slow to anger? Where is this God of love? Where is the mercy? It's now for the witnesses to then say, actually, he wasn't such a bad God after all, because guess what? These people have the ability to come back. Oh, what a loving arrangement from this loving, merciful God. Now, the merciful thing was at the time to not to kill them. The merciful thing was just to actually, the people who are the evil people, either kill them or give them a chance, like you did with Cain. Just give them a chance, like you did with Saul. Give them a chance. That would be the merciful thing to do. Get an angel appear in front of them and say, by the way, I'm an angel from the true God. Oh my goodness, give them a chance. But no mercy shown, just indiscriminately killing thousands and thousands and thousands of people through the 4,000 year of God dealing with man in the Bible that's recorded. And the worst thing about it is, now that, you know, they're saying, oh, well, they might come back in the resurrection of the righteous and the righteous, fair dues. But according to them lot, if they come back and reject it again, well, guess what's going to happen again? No mercy, these lot are going to die again. So they're going to get killed by God twice. Well, that's, I wonder if we'll use, wonder what we'll use this time. And of course, as we know in Armageddon, there's going to be potentially the indiscriminate slaughter of, about 7 billion people, because they happen to be Catholics, Protestants, Hindus, Muslims, or people who don't have a faith in God, or whatever it is, indiscriminately just going dead, wipe out. And of course, apparently, as we're led to believe, unless they change it again, that when you get killed at Armageddon, there isn't a resurrection. So you can be a rampant homosexual in Sodom and Gomorrah, wanting to bottom rape an angel of God. But if you're a rampant homosexual at the moment, if Armageddon comes tomorrow, God's going to kill you. It's just really odd. Where's the mercy? Where's the justice? Where's the love in that? Because somebody chooses to have a lifestyle which goes against God's thinking. Yeah, sorry. So if you're still believing in God, if you still believe in the God of the Bible, if you still think He's a merciful God, well, think about that. Just think, is He really? Where was the mercy? To me, there isn't. To me, as I've said many times before, the God of the Bible makes some of the Greek gods and Roman gods and Assyrian gods and all the rest of the guys. The God of the Bible, he just literally, when it comes to the death toll, he's the top of the pile. He makes some of the Greek gods, like Cronus, for instance. He used to eat his children whole because one of them was going to overthrow him. And he makes Cronus look like an angel. You could just go on and on and on with this. It's just bizarre. But anyway, this is your choice. If you were hedging your bets and thinking, well, if I still keep believing God, if I do die, potentially I'll be going upstairs because I don't believe in this whole paradise nonsense anymore. I'll go back to believe and go to heaven. Well, that's up to you. But really, I'll tell you what, would you really want to associate with somebody like that? Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't. And that's all I have to say about the matter. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd say it purely because I think that opening remark by the bearded governing body member, I think that got easily forgotten about because everybody else was thinking about all the rest of the shit show that went down after that. Anyway, I will see you later. Oh, if you're wanting to know how my results went, blood test came back, no problem with my kidneys, liver and all that sort of thing. And I went for a x-ray. And when I went for an x-ray yesterday, I think it was, as I went past the x-ray machine, she only took one x-ray of my chest, which goes to the doctor. And then she said to me, oh, that'll be with your doctor next week and they'll let you know. And as I walked past x-ray, I looked at it for like 2 seconds and it was there and I saw it. And all I could see, of course I'm not a blinking doctor, I couldn't read it. Right at the bottom was this big matter and I went, oh my God, what's that? And of course then I came back, I was Googling x-rays of chest, and that big matter that I saw, that's on everybody's x-ray. It's the other bits higher up in the chest that you have to be worried about, which would show concern. So I don't know yet. And I've just been thinking about it, I was thinking, if there is something serious, what have I got? And of course in the previous house for 19 years, I had an open fire and then a wood burner. And if you Google cancer, chest cancer with, lung cancer with wood burners and fires, yeah, there's a direct link there. So yeah, all that time I was like burning wood or anything else would burn to just keep me warm. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. But anyway, I am a natural born warrior, so maybe there's not a problem here at all. But how I've definitely at the moment, until I get the results back from the doctor, I'm considering all options. And if it ends up being bad, I think I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do. And the reason why I say that is because when I first moved to Ayr, I lived in a room in a bed and breakfast with a guy called Dino Facchini. I came up to do music with him, and he was the drummer in our bands during the the on-off times that we were performing together. And when I eventually got married to my wife, Dino came to my wedding, and he met his future wife at our wedding, and their first date that they went to was at the Barrowlands in Glasgow, and that was their first date, to see the Cocteau Twins. Funny enough, Dino didn't realise that Kathy, his wife, future wife, didn't like the Cocteau Twins. I don't think she ever went back to the Barrowlands again, actually. And they had 2 boys, and Kathy was 2 years older than me. Dino's 1 month older than me. And because I tagged him in a Facebook posting I put up when I was at the Barrowlands with a month with my son singing Slow Dive, I put in the Facebook post that says, I'm quite emotional being at the Barrowlands, a place I've seen many great concerts, some really great concerts with some of the best people in the world, and I tagged Dino in it purely because I've been there with him and amongst other people. And then he contacted me by messenger, contacted my wife, and then he just said, I just thought I'd let you know that Kathy's got cancer, and it's terminal now, and she hasn't got long to go. And I couldn't believe it. And he said there was no signs of her being ill, and then all of a sudden she got really, really ill. And in September they found out she had stage 4 cancer. I don't know what type of cancer. And because I'd seen photos of them at Christmas, and she looked quite well, but obviously she was dying. And I was coming back from Edinburgh. The night before, he contacted me and said, it's only a matter of hours now. And then I went to Edinburgh that day, and as I was coming back, I was playing some of the Always the Way music, and up came a song called There Was a Life. And There Was a Life was a song that I wrote when my wife's father died, and she couldn't get over it. He died alone, unfortunately. He died alone in the hospital. I went to see him on the Wednesday when I was up rehearsing with the band, and he died the next day alone. And she never got a chance to say goodbye. Nobody did, and she was devastated, and she really lost. I think she lost the reason to live, even though we had a young son at the time. It really affected her badly. So I wrote this song called There Was Life, and I couldn't play it. I couldn't sing it while playing the bass, so I got Ian, the singer in the band, and the other songwriter, as well as Dino, to play it for us. So we performed it at a place called King Tut's in Glasgow, and I recorded it and put it on YouTube. And ironically, I was coming back from Edinburgh at work, and the very last song I played was There Was a Life, came up, was There Was a Life by Always the Way, the live version of King Tut's. And as I walked in, my phone beep beep, and Dino said, Kathy just died a few minutes ago. And I just thought, my God, because you always think other people get cancer, and you don't think it's going to be you or people you know. So yeah, it's food for thought. And then literally the next day, 6 o'clock news, all the controversy about Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton saying had an operation and they found out she's got cancer. Prince Charles, well, it's King Charles now, has got cancer. So yeah, if the royals can get cancer, well, anybody can get cancer, and they'll be getting all the treatment in the world. They'll be getting all the top this and that and the other. So I don't know, but anyway, I may not have it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being utterly pessimistic. But of course, my brother's got prostate cancer as well, and he's just gone through the chemo. And they don't know if it's worked yet or not. So literally that has been playing on my mind, especially this time last year. I was just recovering from skin cancer. So it is. It's food for thought. It's food for thought of what I'm doing in my life, how long I've got, especially now I'm 62 this year, and what else I want to do. It will be a game changer for me. In fact, I think it might be a game changer. If they even come round and say there's absolutely nothing wrong with you and you've got a virus infection or whatever it is, but I don't feel well at all, I haven't felt well for ages. But however, I've got to think about what I'm going to do now. I think it could be a turning point, because you don't know, and I don't want to be. I've got so much more I want to do in my life, and I don't want it to be, that I saw the end of my days freezing to death in chilly Scotland, working at a historical site, having to deal with members of the public. I don't want that to be. I don't want that. I don't know if to think about that. I've still got a lot of things I want to do. Wow, that was depressing, wasn't it? Christ Almighty. But yeah, it is. It's food for thought. So I think anybody out there who's in a similar position, sometimes you need things to happen in your life that can make you think of what you're doing, where you're going. And I think this is a lot of things going back to the Jehovah's Witnesses and recent changes. Hopefully it'll get a lot of people to finally wake up and think, oh my God, I don't want to die, not even seeing Armageddon, not seeing a paradise, shunning friends and relatives, or just saying now hello to them. There is more to life while we've still got it, and I feel this is the only life we'll ever get, and I think we've got to make the most of it for how much longer we've got living on this planet. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So, on that bombshell, I'll be going, and if the X-ray comes back as good news, no doubt whenever I do my next video, whenever that is, I will share that. If it's bad news, I might share that as well. Anyway, we'll see. Bye bye.